Hey, and welcome back to the second episode of the 10 Minute Minecraft Chat. I hope you're doing well. I kind of want to talk about grief a little bit, I think. I think a main thing for grief is kind of changing your mindset when it comes to it. Grief is shit. It is awful. It's really painful. It hurts. There's nothing about it that is kind of fun. But I think a part of it is kind of, instead of essentially getting over it, it's more of a thing of kind of just accepting. And I know there's obviously the 7 stages of grief, and acceptance is the one stage. But I think it's kind of that thing of just, I don't want to say getting to that point as quickly as possible, because obviously then I don't think that would work for you. I don't think that would work for anyone. I know it wouldn't work for myself. So it's a thing of like, I think it's kind of just being able to adapt to the situation, to what is technically the new normal, I guess. As unfortunate as it is, whether that's kind of, it could be the loss of a family member, it could be the loss of a loved one, and I think everyone obviously deals with grief in completely different ways. Some people it could be for a lifetime. Some people it could be for a couple of weeks. I think it's important to know that everyone is going to be different when it comes to it, and everyone is going to feel different about it. I'm not saying Tim from fucking Luton is gonna have a better experience with grief than, say, Millie from Plymouth. It's obviously going to affect people differently depending on just who they are as a person and how they act and respond to things. But I think grief can last way longer than people would want to sometimes. And I think that is where the acceptance comes in, of it being the new normal. Because for me personally, I don't want to get to the situation of, say, I don't know. Let's say, for example, your mother or your father passed away, and it's a situation of what do you do? Obviously, you're going to have days where it's going to be complete shit, and you're like, holy fuck, I haven't been able to call them, I haven't been able to talk to them, I haven't been able to just hear their voice, I haven't been able to get a response. So say you just send a, hey, how you doing today, to your dad, and you don't get a response that one time. It's that thing of having the new normal coming in and just trying to accept it. And like I say, that isn't going to just happen instantly. That takes a whole lot of time. But in a sense, I think at some point you have to accept the fact that isn't going to happen, and you have to accept the fact that you are going to feel like shit. But you also have to accept the fact that you have to just fucking move on with your life. You have to just deal with it. You have to deal with it when it is going to be shit. You have to just accept that you are going to have days where you're going to feel bad, and you could be like, holy fuck, I haven't had a message from my dad today. Or, oh my god, my dad passed away, let's say 10 years ago. But you have to you have to kind of be the person to be like, look, this happened and this was shit, but I'm not going to let this affect my everyday life. Because say you could have everything that you would ever want right in front of you. You could have a wife, a husband, kids, your whole immediate family, your friends in front of you that are reaching out and genuinely and trying to be with you, and you kind of bog yourself down in this whole mindset of what is essentially the past. And I don't mean that in a sense of you have to just be over it straight away, like, oh, grow up, man up, or like, oh, stop being a bitch. I don't mean that at all, because obviously everyone is completely different when it comes to things like this, and you have to accept the fact that you are going to heal, that you are going to at some point feel okay enough to just feel like you don't have to put on a fake smile anymore. And that is a fucking difficult thing. That is really fucking difficult, because it's like, for me personally at the moment, I just want that to be now. I do want that to be now. I want to be just done with it, and I want to be happy, but I know that wouldn't make me feel, I don't want to say it wouldn't make me feel better, because obviously I would feel better, but that almost doesn't feel like I've done justice to the relationship I've had with that person, say of a father that's passed away, or a grandfather that's passed away, grandmother, mother, whatever, brother, even brother, sister, anyone that's close to you. It almost feels like you don't want to just let it be gone, because then it's the fact that you haven't given them that I don't want to say validation isn't the right word, but it almost feels like you haven't done enough justice for them to just be over it within a second, or within, say, 3 months or something. It's a thing of like, it's a constant reminder every day, but it's it's the thing of appreciating who they are. I feel like I'm kind of rambling a bit with this, in all honesty. I went into this with not really knowing what to talk about, but I just wanted to talk about grief, and this is how I'm thinking about it at the moment. As I say, everyone has completely different techniques and ways that they're going to do it, and that could be, that could be drinking a fuck ton of alcohol, which I wouldn't recommend. It could be going to the gym. It could be going for a run, going for a hike. It could be going on a holiday. It could be playing games. Look at me right now. I'm fucking playing Minecraft, and this is just part of the thing that I'm trying to do to just help myself realise what I like, realise what I love to do, what I've always loved to do, and how to just progress with my life. It's not always going to be like this as well. This is the thing that I have to realise, and I accept that I am going to feel like this for a very long time, and be bogged down for a bit. But it's the thing of, I know I'm never always going to be like this, and someday my mindset will just flip, and I'm slowly trying to do that at the moment. But it's the thing of it's letting it just be natural, letting it be a natural changeover to the fact of, like, remembering what I love to do, remembering I love to play Minecraft, I love to play games with my mates, I love to go to the gym, I love to go on holiday, I love to do all these tiny little things that to bring me back to normal almost. Recently I recently went on holiday to Poland, and I loved it. And unfortunately, all I could think about when I got back was messaging the person that I wanted to talk to. I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to say, look, I had a fantastic trip. I wanted to share all these pictures, and I didn't talk about that. I didn't do it because it's not almost, it's not her business in a sense. It's not what she needs to know. It's not what I need to tell her as well. So, like I say, it's just a slow process. I've had the fortunate pleasure of my friends being incredibly interested with it. I went by myself because I was just like, I just want to do this. I want to fucking go. Why not? It was a £30 return. I stayed in a shitty little hostel, £12 a night, and I loved it. I really did. I enjoyed it, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't thinking about her the entire time I was there. And I think it's just a thing of, the more I do it, the more I go about it, it'll just get easier. And it will get easier. Till it becomes the new normal. So I think that's it for today. yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. If you have anything that you want to just fucking rant about, get off your chest, or just do whatever. Literally, if you have an experience that you're like, oh, what do you think about this? Just let me know. Put it in the comments. Yeah, have a good day.